Hello my friends and welcome to today's video. I'm Jeanette with Vivo Vintage Designs. In today's video I'm sharing with you a flower that didn't go exactly the way I planned, but in the end I was really kind of happy with the way it turned out. And to create this painting I used a combination of alcohol ink and alcohol ink markers. So what I had originally set out to do was to create a flower with short rounded petals, and you can see that I'm achieving that, and I was pretty happy with the way it was going so far. Now to get these short rounded petals, what you do is you put down your ink, or rather your alcohol over your ink, and then instead of aiming the air to blow the petal out, you aim the airbrush away from the puddle. So it blows the petal out slowly and gives you these rounded tips, and it keeps the petals short. Once you start moving, as you see me do here, the airbrush towards the tip of the petal will grow in length. So by tilting the airbrush away from the puddle of alcohol and ink, it keeps the petals short. I hope that makes sense. So I was doing okay until this last petal. And this was due to the humidity in my studio. And I got a jagged petal, which kind of ruined everything, so I thought. So at this point I figured, what the heck, I'll play with it. So I just used a paintbrush to round off the petal. And then I brought out the alcohol ink markers as well. But first I created my center using snow cap and a micro brush. And I made sure to dry between my layers. And I wanted a soft, fluffy looking center for this flower. So once I was satisfied with the center, I created dots onto the petals. And once I dried that, I brought out my white gel pen and I connected those dots on the petals to the center of the flower. Now I grabbed my alcohol ink markers and created a stem for my flower. And using the alcohol ink markers to do things like leaves and stems is much easier than trying to get that look with the alcohol inks unless you use a paintbrush. So first I decided to put down a little splatter simply by putting some ink on my brush, pouring a little bit of alcohol over it, and then tapping it against my marker to get that nice splatter effect. And here you can see how easy it is to use your alcohol ink markers to create this little bud. Now I wasn't sure where I was going with this, so I just started filling in spaces. Now to create the leaves I used the alcohol ink marker in the first color and then used a second color. And then I think I went back to the first color and used that to blend the colors together and to get those veins in the leaves. And you can see it works pretty well. I was looking a little plain up there, so I decided to add one more little bud and one more leaf. And by using the two colors as I blend them with the first marker that I used, you can see that the colors blend together nicely and you get some nice texture in those leaves. Now because I wanted to define them a little bit, I decided to take my micron pen and outline the flowers and the leaves as well. So in the end, it didn't turn out with what I had first envisioned, but I was pretty happy with the way it turned out. So I hope that you also combine your alcohol ink markers with your alcohol ink and give this a try. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.